So, hello all. This video talks about the course content of micro Python with microbit editor. So these have three levels basically with laptop, with microbit hardware, and with motor sensors, all those. I divided into three levels. Let's understand who can learn and what is a career path for them and what are the contents basically in this using the microbit editor, how it is useful. So let's understand now complete overview on the course content from basics to advanced, which with a Python with microbit editor. So purpose of learning this, as usual, lot of people learn different languages, different databases. Similarly, this is also something on those lines only. Python practical learning you will learn, and IoT exposure. So basically, this course is designed for the kids who are aged from 10 to 12 years starting, and it can go up to 18 years. So you are introducing them with the IoT, with the creativity and problem solving. And all these courses, whichever I spoke with till today, all about the only software related. This course includes the hardware also. So you have a hardware and software understanding. The introduction will be that way. The unique benefits of learning this course, you will have in a browser based, and basically this is best for kids, and you will work with the lot of hardware like sensors, motors, all those you will learn, and it will be really interactive and fun. So, as I said earlier, these are for the kids who are ready to learn programming and with playing with the robotics, etc. All those they can start learning this. So, this is for Python beginners also can learn, and who can teach in the colleges, schools also they can learn, and whoever have the hobbies of uh, putting in a smart home at home or something like that. You want to create a smart home, basically everything when night comes up, automatically switching on the lights, like that sensors you want to put. So that hobbies, if you have that, people also can learn this. So basically I divided this Python microbit course into three levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. So level 1 includes only if you have an internet and laptop is enough, which is no hardware is required. With the existing hardware, whatever you have, LED, etc., in your editor, which can be used, those can be learned initially. Then level 2 comes within a hardware kit, where you need to buy a microbit hardware kit. With that, you can simulate a lot of things, which I'm going to talk. And level 3 talks about full robotics kit, which has motors, sensors, and a lot of things along with that laptop you will have. So that is about the third level. And who what they can become is IoT developer, Python developer, and embedded programmer, robotics trainer, and automation developer. These are the future career paths for those kids if they learn for their graduation and post graduation. They continue. These will become their basics, and they can learn more on this robotics, etc. So let's understand first level 1 content, course content of that. I'll introduce the what is microbit, what is an online editor, how to do the download, and simulation introduction, how the simulation will be there, and how you can run the programs, and how do you display in the LED, whatever that LED will be there, how do you display the output in your LED in your run unit. And second chapter goes within similar to your Python course. All those, when you want to continue the same light to be on multiple times or something like that, you start using loops, variables, conditions, whichever are there in your Python programming as in a fundamental course. So those will be the part of this course as well. And here only is certain commands will be different. Let display code, coding variables, what are the input and output statements you have to use, because they differ from the regular Python things. And how do you give conditions? If that condition happens only, or how should I do, what should I do, and random numbers, how do I display, and basic functions like show dot display or show dot image, happy image or sad image or surprise image, or put a right corner, what is that, arrow mark in the northeast corner, something like that. If you wanted to put something, anything you want to build on your lead, you have to you understand this essentials of the second one. Third chapter comes with the buttons. You have the buttons in your LED, where when button A is pressed, what you wanted to perform. When action B is performed, it is similar to your remote. So what you will do with those buttons, and when you press what you wanted to display, something like that. And button combination also, A plus some other sensor or some other flask or some other face up, face down, lot of things are there in that editor. So you can do the multi button combinations also, and state tracking also you can do. So these are, you will learn in the buttons. And similarly, sensors, light sensors and temperature sensor, accelerometer and compass, all these part of your editor again. So when you want, for example, if the temperature is increasing outside or inside your room, you want an alarm to set, how do you do it? All those you can simulate that with the sensors. So you will learn lot of temperature sensor, light sensors and accelerometer. In accelerometer, when you shake, what happens? When you face up, what happens? When you face down, what happens? All those you can do all these. And you have other pins and touches. Basically you have pin 1, pin 0, pin 2. So if you touch that pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, what happens? What are the touch inputs? These are all can be done only via laptop. External buzzer and LEDs, everything can be done used in the chapter 5. You can do it. And radio and Bluetooth, basically walkie talkie, if you have heard, how do you simulate that using the laptop? And radio, by importing the radio, etc., all those you will do. And how do you control with the Bluetooth cars or anything, remote control ideas? You can do all these with the at home. You want to do it at home, being in a smart home, or outside the robots, if you want to bring that, becomes the hardware requirement. So without hardware, right, this all on the messaging can be done on this chapter. And real projects, practical, after the completion of level 1, you will understand how do you temperature monitor, digital clock, and safety alarm, how do you put, and fitness tracker, how do you do, and a dice game, etc. All these will be your real projects in practical. Next comes the, when you buy microbit hardware along with the basic thing which you have laptop, then the content to follows. In this content, you will connect with the USB, and you will understand how to power the batteries and external LEDs, how it will work, and and understanding the external buttons, physical buttons which are available in the microbit, etc. How do you display the output with the laptop and with the microbit everything, what all the outputs you can produce, you will understand in the hardware basics. And similarly, pin outputs. Earlier in the laptop, only pin 0, pin 1, pin 2 you used to do, but using the pin outputs which are there in the microbit hardware also, you can do it. And lightening the external LEDs, not only on the LEDs which are displayed on your run, but you can have your external IDs, LEDs, and do it. And how do you make a noise and simple circuits you can make, all these will be part of your hardware. And lastly, on the sensors, real hardware. So basically, it is similar to your sensors which you did in your level 1, but here with your new hardware, you will do it with a temperature recording and accelerator data with your microbit hardware. You do all these experiments. And lastly, you will go with the level 3, where you have to buy all these hardware required to go to the level 3. This is something like in a robotic related. So you need to have a microbit board and a driver board, and two DC motors, and wheels, ultrasonic sensor and IR sensor, and battery pack. All those you need to have it to make the content more easier and more meaningful for the level 3. So for example, in robotic basics, you will understand what are driver interaction and how do you control DC motors, understand PWM and backward left logic. Basically, you will move the robo either left side or right side or in the straight line or whatever. So you will build a robo and you will connect the motors, you will connect the sensors on the action. How do you do it? These are robotic basics basically. But when you wanted something like a robot, when generally if you are within the basics, when it is got struck, it the robot stands. So how do you give your own path and ask the robot to move left, right, or a line in a straight line or something like that? Obstacle detection. Basically, you are introducing in a concept called obstacle detection and how to proceed. So ultrasonic sensor, basic path planning, everything will be planned initially, and you write the code accordingly, and then you automate the robot to perform that way. Similarly, Bluetooth controlled robot, pairing with phone or sending commands, Bluetooth event handling, all those with the mobile also you can do along with your microbit and with your hardware and with your whatever you bought for the hardware with for making the sensors, IRs and motors, etc. All those you can use the phone and control the robots as well. And this is about multi-sensor fusion and decision making logic. Basically, you are giving the human brain to the robo to take a decision and move ahead or something. It is earlier you talked about an obstacle, but now you are making in a data and making it to observe that if that condition happens, what to do, and if not that, if not this, all those you are inserting the logic then, and you are making a multi-sensor fusion, which is something like it will take a according to the logic you have written, it performs the action. So that's about the level 3, all these. And currently this batch is running for UK kids. And if you wanted to know about more details about this, as usual, you can contact on 7022036867 or Sridevi Patnala 78 at gmail.com or S7next technologist gmail.com you can reach. So that's about this content on the Python with microbit editor. Thank you.